The ceremonies will begin shortly.
Good evening. Hi. Hi, everyone remember me? All right, you know I'm a Virgo. You know we start on time, and we are live streaming this badass show. So I'm going to ask you to tone it down so that we can get started. Have a great time, and see you in an hour 15.
Welcome to the 2023 Audio Awards. Please bring your attention to the stage and give a warm welcome to the host Adam and Aaron Bennett.
What? You want me to use my eyes? No way. I got two perfectly good ears.
Check it.
Let's all salute the Audiobooks. You can devour that bestseller without taking a look. Save your eyeballs.
What?
Never strain them.
What?
You got two ears?
What?
Entertain them.
Hey, at the Audies, it's our mission to salute the books we listen to. So what, the world's on fire? Watch our slaves come ever higher.
28 years of the Audies. We say everything. We say not these. We
Higher,
salute the
higher,
Haganarian and the
higher.
Mario creators and the
Higher,
writers and the
higher,
translators, and we'll flip the birds to haters. Folks who
Higher,
think that books
higher,
need paper,
higher.
download a book so you can hear it. Grab your headphones, hey.
Hey, hey.
Grab your headphones, hey.
Hey.
Take it away, Bennett.
Welcome to the Audies.
We're live.
Welcome to the Audies.
And y'all are looking
Once
so
again,
fine.
it's nice not to be homebodies.
'Cause we got an actual red carpet.
And
And
And I think it's time.
real hugs, not the virtual kind.
And I think it's time. By God, we start the show.
If I can't hear it, I won't go near it. Word.
Buto!
was amazing. Give it up one more time. That was amazing. North America's Got Talent, everybody. I'll tell you what. My favorite part is when your mic was cut off when you were bringing me up. It's my favorite part. Hi, everybody. I'm Michelle Buteau, your host with the most. What's going on, bitches? Woo! Oh, my God. I look like I'm about to sing, like, the Star Spangled Banner at the Super Bowl. I'm really excited to be here tonight and celebrate you guys. You know, I also wrote a book called Survival the Thickest, Plus-Size Essays in a Small-Minded World. And I got to record that book, and that was such a beautiful experience, so personal, so wild. Did feel like I was giving myself a pap smear in public. You know what I mean? Important. Wild. But here's the deal. Anything can happen when you put your words out in the universe. You can heal. You can save lives. You can entertain, right? You could pay your bills. I didn't know that. I don't know how to fill out a W-10 every time. But I was really lucky because Netflix acquired the rights to my book and we made a show. It's amazing. I feel so lucky, you guys. I feel luckier than Pete Davidson's dick. Enjoy your bento box. I'm really excited to be here, mainly because they didn't drug test me, and I have 4-year-old twins. I'm a twin mom. Anybody have kids in the audience? Anybody have kids and like your kids? Anybody have a pet? Anybody have, of course you have cats and turtles and all types of stuff. You beautiful little weirdos in sequins. Anybody have a finicky plant? I am just asking. Yeah, come on, bow tie, I'm here for it. Yeah, man, I have beautiful 4-year-old twins, a boy and a girl until they tell me otherwise, and real talk, I'm here for the journey. And their names are Hazel and Otis, which are beautiful names. And a couple weeks ago, I just got earrings with their initials. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm a hoe. Hey, people in the back, how you doing? You know, I'm the only child because my parents like to say they got it right the first time. But really, they didn't like each other. Separate bedrooms and all those puzzles, please, bitch. So it's so interesting to have siblings that fight all the time. Same ingredients, so different. Had no idea. Like baby girl Hazel, she's got the energy of like a Puerto Rican reggaeton producer. You know what I mean? Every morning she's like, all I do is twin, twin, twin. And then baby boy Otis really has the energy of a tired husband at Macy's holding a purse. And everybody wants to talk to us when we're in public. They're like, are they twins? I'm like, are you a pediatrician? They want to tell me their stories. They're like, I don't really like my twin. I'm like, bitch, I am not in network, okay? Don't let the freckles and the double chin fool you, all right? You should be scared of clowns and me. I'm an asshole. Hi. It's so wild, and they're so sassy. Oh my God, Hazel said to me the other day, she's like, Mama, you need to get out of my room. I need privacy. I'm like, for what, crayons? Like, what are you doing? And then Otis just loves to say everything he sees. Like, we went to Miami a couple weeks ago for vacation, and, you know, we're driving to the hotel room. He goes, Mama, do we get to go to the ho-and-tell room? I said, what? He said, do we get to go to the ho-and-tell room? I said, you can go there when you're 19 to 22. That's when I went. It was more of a ho-and-don't-tell room, but do you? Kids got everything on the internet these days. That's a nice suit. Is that Zara? Is it? Is it Ben Sherman? Who is it? Express with a coupon? I love it. It feels like everybody pays their bills on time in this room. I'm here for it. I do. I want to ask everybody about my taxes. You guys got that look? You guys got that look? I want to teach my kids how to be sufficient people in New York. You know, ride the subway. As soon as we get on the subway, I'm like, you guys, this is like musical chairs, but with no prize. Sit the fuck down and stay away from the pole. I took my kids to Soho. That was fun because I like overpriced croissants. And it was a crowded corner, and we couldn't cross the street because it was a blinking light. And Otis is like, Mama, it's a blinking light. We can't cross the street. I said, that's right, Otis. And as soon as it changed, she goes, Mama, the white man says we can cross the street now. I said, okay, Otis. People are looking at me. I'm like, we just watched 12 Years a Slave. We love Brad Pitt. Let's move on. I'm black, by the way. I don't know if y'all know that. Probably should tell some of y'all. People are like, how'd you get so light? I'm like, it's called colonialism, bitch. Thank you. I thought it was too soon. You never know. I love that like half the ladies in this room over 55 are gonna be like, Nicole Byer was sassy tonight. Ooh, baby, she nailed it. Ooh, you guys are gonna like this one. The kids had show and tell the other day. They're like, Mama, we need to bring noodles and napkins to school. I said, whatever's gonna make you feel smart. I dropped them off. Their teacher comes out. She looks at them. She looks at me. She goes, oh, you have 2 little N-words. That's right. And I said, only I can call them that, okay? Oh, my God. I've never actually heard people's ass clench. That's what that sounds like. It's only going to get worse. My boy, he likes to be very independent. He's trying to, at least. He's trying to catch up with his sister. And this is disgusting, but here we are. She's a mom. She's tired. I have a strapless bra on for you. Let's get into it. Thank you, 7 big titty bitches. You get it. Truly, it's like I'm a Democrat, but my tits are independent. Ayo! This is why we'll never see each other again. So, my son had a big booger in his nose. I was like, come here, let me get it for you. That's disgusting. He's like, no, I want to get it. I said, you can't. Let me get it. So I got it, and he got so mad. He started crying, Mama, Mama, I want to get it. I want to get it. I'm like, so what do you want to do? He goes, put it back in. I said, what? He said, put it back in, Mama. So I put it back in. And I was like, this is so disgusting. Do you understand? I used to be cool. Like, I have done cocaine off my husband's dick. I know how complicated noses can be. But seriously, guys, what a night of celebration. I don't know how raunchy I can get. Whatever, fuck it. Listen. Being a mom of twins in my mid-40s, that's right, black don't crack and beige don't age. Thank you, Prince. Being a mom of twins in my 40s, I am exhausted. Everyone's like, this is the best age. I'm like, this is the best age? Not when they can wipe their ass and make complete sentences. This is the best age. Okay, like, have you guys ever tried to dress 2 emotional rotisserie chickens that look like your mom? I'm asking for a friend. I'm tired, man. I am so tired. I feel like the door at the end of Titanic. But not as buoyant, you know what I mean? Being a mom of twins in my mid-40s, I feel like that movie, The Beach. but like no Leo DiCaprio, all Tilda Swinton. Thank you, 4.5 people. That was a deep cut. That was a deep cut. Mainly at table 10. Good for you guys. Good for you. Look at your hat, girl. Is it edible? Let's find out. Welcome to Is It Cake? I hope your horse wins. This is fun, only for me. Being a mom of twins is the whole show. Being a mom of twins in my mid-40s, I feel like that movie Inception, that's the movie, right? But like, you know, it's not a nap. I just realized I've been sitting in an elevator for 4 years. This is a lot of Leo DiCaprio references. I am so sorry. I don't mean to beat a dead horse that he will then sleep in The Revenant. Anyways. Ooh, she's a writer. I love it. I love it. And I also, I hurt myself taking care of these kids. Because when you like bend down to get something, you have to bend down like you're Beyonce on stage. You can't just bend over. And I got this thing called sciatica. Never heard of it. I thought it was an overpriced pasta in Brooklyn. This looks like the sciatica crowd. And it is giving ibuprofen. And my chiropractor gave me a Theragun. Never heard of it. And I was like, okay, let's try it. So helpful. One of my friends was over the house. She's a beautiful black lesbian. I call her the Oracle, because she is. She saw my Theragun. She goes, ooh, baby. It's a hot Friday night, huh? I said, girl, that's my Theragun. She goes, I know. I said, it's got gun in the name. And she said, it depends where you point it. I said, girl, what are you talking about? I said, girl, you like to get your pussy beat up like that? I said, you like to get your pussy beat up like that? I had no idea. You're so quiet. I looked at her. I said, look, no Theragun, no Therafun, okay? And that's what you call punching up. I just want to take a moment for the people who felt comfortable laughing at that out loud. Thank you, you're the real heroes. Also, that was a joke about my beautiful black lesbian friend and a little bit of violence on her pussy, okay? So all I'm saying, you can make jokes but not disparage a whole community. It can be done. We can do it. It's my goal. I want to make millions of dollars doing it. Truly, I want to make millions of dollars making people feel safe, seen, and entertained. That is my goal in life. Yeah. I think it's attainable. It used to be find my belly button when I sit down, but that's never going to happen. All right, Jonathan, I'm ready. Finally, you guys, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. As we learn who tonight's winners are. I mean, you guys are all winners. Not really. At the Audies, most of the awards will be acknowledged by winners standing at their tables for applause. And since it's been a good long while since we had the last in-person gala, let's take a moment and practice how we're going to acknowledge those winners. This is going to be fun. Will all the judges, okay, who are with us, please stand tonight at your table. Okay, we want to recognize you guys for your hard work, and we want to practice how we're going to celebrate the winners. Stand up. Stand up, judges. Round of applause. Yes. Yes. Come on, Robin. Yes. Look at you guys looking so judgy. Thank you. We couldn't do it without them. Oh my God, I feel like I'm teaching Zumba at the YMCA. All right, great job, everybody. One more practice sesh. Will all of tonight's finalists in the audience please stand and be recognized? Get up, get up, get up. the children. It's fine. I'll wear this dress again this weekend. And now it's my absolute pleasure to introduce the first presenters of this evening. Please welcome the editor and founder of Audiophile magazine, Robin Whitten, and the actor, narrator, writer, and director, and finalist tonight, Eduardo Pallerini. Give it up!
Three envelopes. All right, up first tonight, we have the nonfiction category, and here you'll find all the facts you never knew you needed, presented in a way that will make you laugh, cry, and maybe even snort your coffee out of your nose. I'm just reading. Because, as they say, truth is stranger than fiction and far more entertaining.
The finalists in nonfiction are...
I hope I gave you the right envelope.
Davos Man, How the Billionaires Devoured the World, by Peter S. Goodman, narrated by Michael David Axtell. Queer Ducks and Other Animals, by Elliot Schrafer, narrated by Joel Frumkin, Dustin Ballard, Hope Newhouse, and Neo Seehee. The Ransomware Hunting Team, by Renee Dudley and Daniel Golden, narrated by B.D. Wong. The Sex Lives of African Women, by Nana Darkoa Sechiyama, narrated by Aisha Nairi, Adenrele Ojo, Deanna Anthony, Stephanie Weeks, Joy Hooper, Lisa Renee Pitts, Karen Murray, Jonice Abbott Pratt, Janina Edwards, MJ Brown, and Carla Mosley. The Soul of the Indian, by Charles Alexander Eastman, Owiesa, narrated by Sean Taylor Corbett.
Are we ready for our first winner? Just a reminder to all winners, please stand and be recognized when your title is called. And the Audie goes to the Ransomware Hunting Team from Macmillan Audio. Next up, we're celebrating the finalists in history and biography. The titles in this category give us important perspectives on history we may not have had or will never get in school. The finalists are
An Afro-Indigenous History of the United States by Kyle T. Mays, narrated by Sean Taylor Corbett. His Name is George Floyd, by Robert Samuels and Tolu Olorunniyi, narrated by Dion Brown, Robert Samuels, and Tolu Olorunniyi. The Last Slave Ship, by Ben Raines, narrated by Kevin R. Furley. Summer of '85, by Chris Morrow, Kevin Hart, Tara Thomas, Nicole Shelton, Charlemagne the God, Mark Gerald, Dave Becky, Mike Stein, Ty Randolph, Brian Smiley, and Karen Kinney. Narrated by Kevin Hart. Undelivered, by Jeff Nussbaum, narrated by Adam Gifford, Brian Bowles, Eliza Roth, Garrick Hagon, Glenn McCready, Greg Lockett, James Laley, Jeff Nussbaum, Johnny Heller, Kathleen Shelfant, Kurt Kanazawa, and Lance Blair.
And the Audie goes to Summer of '85, Audible Originals.
I didn't do it right. I tried it again. Autobiographical books are like a personal tour through the lives of the famous, the infamous, and the unknown. Which do you think we are?
In the world of audiobooks, you're all three, I think. But tonight's finalists in the autobiography and, see, I couldn't get it right either, and memoir give us a sampling of each.
The Extraordinary Life of an Ordinary Man by Paul Newman. Edited by David Rosenthal. Forward by Melissa Newman. Afterward by Clea Newman Soderlund. Narrated by Jeff Daniels, Melissa Newman, Clea Newman Soderlund, Ari Fliakos, January Lavoie, John Rubenstein, and Emily Wachtel. Hello, Molly, written and narrated by Molly Shannon. Left on 10th, written and narrated by Delia Ephron. Safe, Wanted, and Loved, a family memoir of mental illness, heartbreak, and hope, by Patrick Dillon, narrated by Raul E. Esparza. Unprotected, a memoir, written and narrated by Billy Porter.
And the Audie goes to Unprotected, from Recorded Books, a division of RB Media. All right.
All right.
Congratulations. That's so nice. What are you going to do tonight? Just kidding. By the way, you guys, how am I doing hosting? It's very fun. What a warm room. Love me some open bar. You know, when I told my friend I was hosting this tonight, his advice was watch Gerard Carmichael host the Golden Globes and do exactly the opposite. Thank you. I care. And now please welcome award-winning and best-selling author Landon Beach, along with actor and narrator Hope Newhouse. Both are finalists this evening, so give it up, give it up, give it up! Woo! 5, 6.
That one. This next category is full of audiobooks that give advice from the personal to the professional. Whether you want to be the badass of the boardroom or take the reins towards your unique destiny, there's an audiobook out there waiting to help you unlock your potential and achieve your dreams.
The finalists in business and personal development are
Building a Second Brain by Tiago Forte. Narrated by Andre Santana. The First 5, A Love Letter to Teachers. Written and narrated by Patrick Harris II. Prep, Push, Pivot. Essential Career Strategies for Underrepresented Women by Octavia Goradima. Narrated by Zoleka Fundler. Sustain Your Game by Alan Stein and John Stemfeld. Forward by Rhys Davis. Narrated by Alan Stein and Rhys Davis. Tough. Written and narrated by Terry Crews.
and the Audie goes to Tough. Humor audiobooks are your ticket to a hilarious escape, with comical stories and jokes carried directly to your ears. The best of the genre deliver witty one-liners, side-splitting anecdotes, and clever observations, and make you feel like you're sitting in on a stand-up show in the comfort of your own home.
Tonight's finalists definitely understood the assignment.
Written and narrated by David Sedaris. Let's Catch Up Soon by Sarah Cooper. narrated by Sarah Cooper and Philip Jeremick. The Office BFFs, written and narrated by Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey. The Wilder Widows by Catherine Hastings, narrated by Pamela Dillman. Who Do I Think I Am, written and narrated by Angela Johnson Reyes.
And the Audie goes to Happy Go Lucky. This year's finalists in faith-based fiction and nonfiction speak to listeners who want to deepen their faith, gain a new perspective on life, or simply find some solace in troubled times.
With stories, parables, and teachings drawn from religious traditions around the world, these books offer a wealth of wisdom and insight that can help believers and skeptics on their journeys. The finalists are
Dark Angel by Brian Andrews and Jeffrey Wilson, narrated by MacLeod Andrews. Marriage Be Hard by Kevin Fredericks and Melissa Fredericks, narrated by Kevin Fredericks and Melissa Fredericks. Part of My World by Jody Benson with Carol Traver, foreword by Paige O'Hara, narrated by Jody Benson. The Prophet's Wife by Libby Grant, narrated by Sophie Amos. You Should Sit Down for This, written and narrated by Tamara Maury Housley.
And the Audie goes to Dark Angel.
Hi. I am definitely getting my steps in tonight. I really feel bad for anyone who thinks they're going to be working on their book tomorrow. I mean, make some noise if you're tipsy. Make some noise if you're good at math. Good, because my drug dealer just texted me, "Come on, guys, you win some, you dim some." Now, please give a warm welcome to audiobook narrators and finalists, J.D. Jackson and Natalie Naudis.
Audiobooks for young listeners are an amazing way to introduce children to the joys of reading and storytelling, also providing them with valuable learning experiences. In addition to being fun, engaging entertainment, audiobooks for young listeners have also been shown to improve literacy skills and foster a love of reading. The finalists for young listeners are
A Door Made for Me, written and narrated by Tyler Merritt. Our Table, written and narrated by Peter H. Reynolds. Patchwork by Matt Della Pena, narrated by Philip Hernandez, Catherine Ho, Dion Graham, Finley Stevenson, Arisha Connor, and Sunil Malhotra. When Grandfather Flew by Patricia McLaughlin, narrated by Katie Shore and George Goodall. Where Snow Angels Go by Maggie O'Farrell, narrated by Ruth Nega.
And the Audie goes to A Door Made for Me from Hachette Audio. Remember those awkward teenage years when you were convinced that no one understood you? Well, young adult audiobooks are here to prove you wrong. These audiobooks are like a time machine, transporting you back to your teen years and reminding you of all the drama, angst, and excitement of growing up. Tonight's finalists for young adult are
Demon in the Wood by Lee Bardugo. Narrated by Ben Barnes, Benjamin Valek, Cassandra Morris, Eason Reiter, James Fohey, Mary McCartney, Matt Lacey, Sally Saffioti, Sean Gormley, and Tom Bromhead. The Drowned Woods by Emily Lloyd Jones. Narrated by Maura Quirk. Love Radio by Ebony Liddell. Narrated by Jonice Abbott Pratt and Jaquan J. Kelly. Loveless by Alice Oseman. Narrated by Billy Fulford Brown, Elizabeth Schenk, and Imogen Church. The Summer of Bitter and Sweet by Jen Ferguson. Narrated by Julie Lumsden.
And the Audie goes to Demon in the Wood from Macmillan Audio. Okay. Middle grade audiobooks are like a secret portal to a world of adventure, wonder, and imagination where magic is real, heroes are made, and anything is possible. Anything is possible. Tonight's middle grade finalists are
Coraline by Neil Gaiman, performed by Julian Rind-Tutt, Pixie Davies, Catherine Kingsley, Julian Clary, Jacqueline Boson, Kevin McNally, Adjoa Ando, Adrian Schiller, Heather Nicole, William Parker, and Nicole Davis. The Door of No Return by Kwame Alexander, narrated by Kobna Holdbrook Smith. The Last Map Maker by Christina Soontornvat, narrated by Sura Sue. The Ogress and the Orphans by Kelly Barnhill, narrated by Suzanne Torin. Stunt Boy in the Meantime by Jason Reynolds, narrated by Guy Lockard, Niall Bullock, Angel Peen, James Foey, Sunila Nankani, Leon Nixon, Shantae McCormick, Lamar Gully, and Dupree Owens.
And the Audie goes to Stunt Boy in the Meantime, Simon & Schuster.
That was so sweet. You better take a picture of them. That is so cute. You better high five. You did it, girl. Yes. Let me get a high five. Just kidding, you're far. Here you go. Yes. Silly. For 4 people. Also, another round of applause for Natalie in her white suit with no stains. That was gorgeous. I'm out here trying. I just got my hair braided so it hurts when I blink. And I tell you, as a light-skinned black person getting your hair braided, it's always iffy. You're just like, oh, I look like I'm appropriating my own culture. You know what I mean? Truly, I was walking down the street and saw myself. I'm like, is it giving Rachel Dolezal running errands in Washington? Is it? You gotta ask these questions sometimes. You remember Rachel Dolezal? That white woman living her life as a black woman? Oh my God, the fact checking. I remember the first time my husband, who is Dutch, saw my hair. It wasn't like a good look when I got my hair braided this one time. Total white. He goes, babe, I thought it'd be more of an Erykah Badu, but it's an Erykah Badu. I said, you sassy little bitch. And that's why I love him. He is very Dutch. He's always just like, can we fix something? I want to bring home a chair from the garbage and fix it. I'm like, that's not my bag, man. Like, if you want to fix voter suppression, let's go and do that, you know? Thank you. How's the charcuterie box? Okay. Looks dry as fuck. Can we get some lotion? Is that cheese or an eraser? I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be, but... We got to get a bigger budget. And now, please give it up for our next presenters, audiobook narrator, voice of Spanish finalist video, and a finalist tonight, Andre Santana, and director, influencer, reviewer, translator, and one of this year's Audies judges, What Can She Do? Flor Silva Marin!
Hi, y'all. Oh my God. It is such an honor to be here tonight, live and in person, celebrating all this audiobook greatness. Okay.
Hola, buenas noches a todos. Andrea, ¿hablas español?
Cuando puedo.
¿Y de aquí quiénes hablan español? Levanten la mano. Hey, but no worries. Even if you don't, I can tell you that Spanish audiobooks are fantásticos. The APA is so proud to celebrate the Spanish language spoken word at the Audies again. Currently, there are more than 20,000 published audiobooks in Spanish, when there were just 1,000 a few years ago. And the production is still growing exponentially.
We are so pleased to present this year's finalists for Spanish language. They're all wonderful representations of the extremely high quality work coming out of this part of our industry.
So the finalists for Spanish language are, y los finalistas de la categoría en español son.
Primera Caída, El Enmascarado de Terciopelo, by Diego Mejía Eguiluz, narrated by Noé Velázquez, published by Penguin Random House Grupo Editorial México. Cake, Una Historia de Amor, by Jay Benston, narrated by M. Bella and Sebastian Leon, published by Sirena Audiobooks Production. Gastro Sofía, by Cristina Macia and Eduardo Infante, narrated by Ana Maria Muñoz, published by Buca Vivo, a division of RB Media. Velorio, by Javier Navarro Aquino, narrated by Diana Po, Vico Ortiz, Maria Victoria Martinez, Gil René Rodriguez, Jesus E. Martinez, Gabriel S. Rivera Vasquez, and Yeta Gottesman, published by Harper Audio. Yo Te Salvaré, by Matt de la Peña, narrated by Alberto Santillan, published by Penguin Random House Audio.
And the Audie goes to, y el Audie es para, Primera Caída, El Enmascarado de Terciopelo. Short stories may be small in size, but they pack a huge punch. And what's better than one short story? A whole collection of them, obviously. Tonight's finalists for short stories and collections are...
Generation Wonder by Barry Lyga and others. Edited by Barry Lyga. Narrated by Emily Lawrence, Jamie Lincoln Smith, Sarah Naughton, Mark Sanderlin, Ron Butler, James Anderson Foster, Jennifer Aquino, Tim Campbell, Jeanette Illich, Ariana Deloari, Frankie Corzo, Kenny Ramos, and Eunice Wong. Getaway by Sally Hepworth, Zakia Dalila Harris, Catherine Stedman, Luann Rice, Jess Laurie, and Ruman Alam. Narrated by Candace Mall, Shayna Small, Samara Naemi, Jennifer Jill Araya, Carly Robbins, and Fajer Al-Casey. Giving the Devil His Due, a charity anthology edited by Rebecca Brewer, by Lee Murray, Jason Sanford, Peter Terrias, Kelly Armstrong, Kenesha Williams, Linda D. Addison, Christina Henry, Hilary Monahan, Nisi Schall, Leanne Renee Heber, Karen Warren, Stephen Graham Jones, Eric Nunnally, Angela Yuriko Smith, Dana Cameron, and Nicholas Kaufman. Narrated by Alyssa Bresnahan, Brian Nishi, Christina Moore, Cynthia Farrell, Eduardo Bellerini, Aaron Moon, Karen Chilton, Kate Forbes, Nancy Wu, Robin Miles, Samuel Rukin, and Stephanie Cozart. Marriage from the Feminine Perspective. Edited and narrated by Christine Mascott. Rebent Sinner. Written and narrated by Ivan Coyote.
And the Audi goes to Getaway. Fiction captures the pure joy of storytelling. Listeners step into another world where the only limit is their imagination, meeting characters they'll never forget, visiting places they'll never been, and experiencing emotions they never knew existed.
The finalists for fiction are
A House Full of Windsor by Kristen Contino, narrated by Barry Krynick. Across 100 Mountains by Reina Grande, narrated by Marisa Blake and Cynthia Farrell. The Bright Side Running Club by Josie Lloyd, narrated by Danielle Cohen. Less is Lost by Andrew Sean Greer, narrated by Robert Petkoff. Mad Honey by Jodi Picoult and Jennifer Finney Boylan, narrated by Carrie Coon, Kee Taw, Jodi Picoult, and Jennifer Finney Boylan. Tracy Flick Can't Win by Tom Perrotta, narrated by Lucy Liu, Dennis Boutsikaris, Jeremy Bobb, Ramona Young, Ali Andre Ali, and Pete Simonelli with a full cast.
And the Audi goes to Mad Honey.
With their beautiful language, complex characters, and thought-provoking themes, literary fiction and classics audiobooks challenge your mind and leave you feeling intellectually fulfilled.
The talented narrators of tonight's finalists deliver exquisite prose that transports you to another time and place.
The finalists for literary fiction and classics are
Flaubert's Parrot by Julian Barnes, narrated by Simon Vance. Horse by Geraldine Brooks, narrated by James Fogarty, Lisa Flanagan, Graham Halstead, Catherine Littrell, and Michael Obiora. The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo, translated by Isabel Florence Hapgood, narrated by Simon Vance. War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy, translated by Louise Maud and Aylmer Maud, narrated by Tandeway Newton. Yerba Buena by Nina LaCour, narrated by Julia Whalen.
And the Audi goes to War and Peace.
That was so exciting. I've never known so many people to win something, and I have no idea who you are. I'll never know. But good for you, congratulations. That's tough. Make some noise if you found your right dose of edible to write. Just the one table, love it. And now please welcome audiobook narrators whose voices you've been hearing all evening. Deanna Anthony, who's announcing finalists and winners, and the Audie's very own voice of God, what can't she do? Hillary Huber.
Okay, you're up first. Go. Romance audiobooks. The ultimate escape from reality and the perfect way to add some steam to your daily commute.
That is so true, Deanna. The velvety voices of romance narrators can turn even the most mundane trip into a thrilling adventure filled with heart-pumping excitement, tantalizing tension, and sweet, sweet romance.
Whether you're a sucker for swoon-worthy heroes, headstrong heroines, or epic love stories, tonight's finalists have got you covered.
Crushing on You by Jen Trin. Narrated by Emily Wu Zeller and James Chin. Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. Narrated by Kristen DiMercurio. Love on the Brain by Allie Hazelwood. Narrated by Brooke Bloomingdale. Savvy Sheldon Feels Good as Hell by Taj McCoy. Narrated by Adenrele Ojo. Seatmate by Cara Bastone. Narrated by Amanda Ronconi, Zachary Weber, Josh Hurley, Carol Monda, Corey Allen, Allison Johnson, Eric Eves Garcia, Tanya Eby, and Dina Perlman. You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akweke Emezi. Narrated by Bonnie Turpin.
Woo! And the Audie goes to Delilah Green Doesn't Care.
That sounds exciting. All right, you're up.
Hey, Hillary. Did you notice anyone missing from romance just now?
Well, aside from you and me, Deanna, actually I did. Where were all of the erotica audiobooks?
Well, for the first time in 5 years, we are again celebrating the irresistible forbidden fruit of erotica audiobooks as their own category. And here are the finalists.
The Dark King by Gina L. Maxwell, narrated by Aidan Snow and Avery Reed. The Demon's Pet by Domino Savage, narrated by Avery Reed. Knights of Silk and Sapphire by Amber Jacobs, narrated by Anastasia Watley. On the Hustle by Adriana Herrera, narrated by Lola James and Sean Crisden. Personal by Alexandria House, narrated by Jacoby Diem and Wesley Chavon. Temper Me by Alexandria House, narrated by Jacoby Diem and Adenrele Ojo.
Okay, and the Audie goes to On the Hustle. Did I say that loud enough? Okay, the finalists in our next category transport listeners to realms beyond their wildest dreams. I lost my place. Where brave heroes wield mighty swords, powerful wizards, I think we have one here somewhere. I saw a wizard, cast spells, and ancient gods battle for supremacy.
From dragons to fairies, from kingdoms to quests, our fantasy finalists have it all.
The Art of Prophecy by Wesley Chu, narrated by Natalie Naudis. Cold as Hell by Rhett C. Bruno and Jamie Castle, narrated by Roger Clark. Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett, performed by Rebecca Front, Michael Sheen, David Tennant, Catherine Kingsley, Arthur Darvill, Peter Forbes, Gabrielle Glaister, Louis Davison, Pixie Davis, Chris Nelson, Ferdinand Frisbee Williams, Adjua Ando, Alan Corduna, Kobna Holdbrook Smith, John Hopkins, Lorelei King, Matt Reeves, and Lim Sisse. Legends in Lattes, written and narrated by Travis Baldry. The Monsters We Defy by Leslie Penelope, narrated by Shayna Small.
It's like golf clap.
Okay, and the Audie goes to, let's do it together. The Monsters We Defy. Do we take yours with us? Or we go out this way? Deanna?
Sisterhood, come on. Stomach in, titties out. Come on, ladies, let's go. Wait, get one with me. Wait, do it again, do it again. Get together, do it again. He just got the one. If I'm out, I'm out. My husband's like, so am I gonna babysit tonight? I'm like, yes, for all of time. We have a special announcement by Anna Maria Alessi. Are you in the room? President of the Audio Publishers Association, here you is.
Hi, I'm Anna Maria Alessi, President of the Audio Publishers Association. So, here we are, 3 years later. And as one of the last in-person events before the shutdown, the 2020 Audies will forever be remembered for attendees joking about elbow bumps as we hugged each other anyway. The pandemic was a terrible time, full of uncertainty for so many people, and for the APA, we had no way to predict what our organization would look like on the other side. But the good news is that not only did we weather the pandemic, but the APA actually grew as our community embraced virtual learning and meetups and worked to support each other and strengthen our organization. Thank you, thank you. From each individual member to our largest sponsor, your support and enthusiasm for our mission never wavered. And now I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge our sponsors whose ongoing support makes all of our programs and offerings possible. We appreciate you. So now And while I'm thanking people, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the hard work of the Audies committees. Please join me in thanking them. Thank you. And we must give special thanks to 2 organizations whose volunteer work truly makes tonight possible. We're so grateful for the ongoing partnerships and community. But one of the hardest things about having such a close-knit group is that we feel the losses so deeply. The losses this past year include people who have supported and pioneered the industry in key ways. Please join me in taking a moment to acknowledge them. Engineer Karen Sauer, the legendary Richard Ferrone, narrator Dick Hill, and Marianne Mantell, co-founder of Cadman Records, who helped launch the audiobook industry that we all celebrate this evening. Thank you. This year, I'm excited to introduce a new honor, the Special Industry Achievement Award. This award was nominated by our members and selected by our board, and recipients are recognized for having had a significant impact on the audiobook industry over the past year in any area of our industry. And to announce this year's recipients, we have a pre-recorded message from a very special guest judge in this year's competition.
Hey, I'm Whoopi Goldberg, and I just want to say congratulations to everybody who has won so far this evening. And now I'm pleased to acknowledge the special achievements of several people who work to ensure higher inclusivity in audio publishing. These individuals were nominated by their peers and then chosen by the board of the APA to be honored. Tonight, we celebrate Richard Riemann, founder and CEO of Imagination Storybooks, whose innovative and thoughtful audiovisual books level the playing field for so many children facing serious challenges, and they are expanding access to reading for so many. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Richard. We're also celebrating the work of Kelly Gilday and Amber Beer, both producers from Penguin Random House Audio. Kelly and Amber lead a narrator mentorship initiative that connects new-to-narration actors from diverse backgrounds with veterans who guide them on how to polish their craft and learn about the industry. So far, 33 mentees have completed the intensive 6-month program. Richard, Kelly, Amber, please stand and be recognized for your special achievements, and personally, just thank you for everything you do.
Are you crying? Oh, okay. Can you cry? Congratulations. And now I'll turn things over to the critically acclaimed author and Audies finalist, Jenna Rose Nethercott, and narrator, actor, and 50-time Audie finalist, okay, Simon Vance, you better come and get it, bitch.
Science fiction audiobooks offer a unique glimpse into what the future may hold. They allow us to explore fascinating concepts such as space exploration and time travel.
And terrifying concepts like post-apocalyptic society and AI. But don't worry, there's nothing to be scared about, really, is there?
In looking to the future, science fiction truly illuminates the present, making us question our contemporary values, beliefs, and perceptions, and ultimately examining the very question of what it means to be human. Or to put it so the robots in the room can understand, Beep, beep, boop, 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 beep, bloop, boop. Thank you. Tonight's finalists are
How High We Go in the Dark by Sequoia Nagamatsu. Narrated by Julia Whalen, Brian Nishi, Keisuke Hoashi, McLeod Andrews, Jean Sakata, Greg Watanabe, Kurt Kanazawa, Matthew Bridges, Kotaro Watanabe, Brianna Ishibashi, Joe Knevich, Mickey Shiloh, Stephanie Komure, and Jason Culp. Intergalactic Exterminators, Inc. by Ash Bishop. Narrated by Scott Brick and Suzanne Elise Freeman. No Kindness Too Soon by Sylvain Nouvelle. Narrated by Melanie Nichols King, Deepti Gupta, Neil Helgers, Gabriel Vaughn, Kathy Searle, Imani Jade Powers, Nicolette Chin, Gopal Divan, and Garrett Michael Brown. Noor by Nedi Okorafor. Narrated by Dele Ogondiran. Emir by Rich Larson. Narrated by Alan Medcroft.
And the Audie goes to Intergalactic Exterminators, Inc. They're good friends of mine. I have to give them a moment. So, mystery audiobooks captivate us, keeping us on the edge of our seats, and their capacity to surprise us is as integral to their appeal. Jenna, as I sense the tension is building here, perhaps it's time for the big reveal.
tonight's mystery finalists are
The Bangalore Detectives Club by Harini Nagendra, narrated by Sunila Nankani. The Heron by Don Winslow, narrated by Ed Harris. The Maid by Nita Prose, narrated by Lauren Ambrose. The Murder of Mr. Wickham by Claudia Gray, narrated by Billy Fulford Brown. Suspect by Scott Turow, narrated by Helen Laser.
And the Audie goes to The Heron from Audible Originals. Just when you thought you could relax, thriller and suspense. A roller coaster ride through a world of danger, suspense, and heart-stopping moments that leave listeners gasping for breath.
Be still, my beating heart. Yeah, I don't think I can take any more of this. Here are the finalists.
The Boys from Biloxi by John Grisham. Narrated by Michael Beck. Greenwich Park by Catherine Faulkner. Narrated by Laura Kerman. The Island by Adrian McKinty. Narrated by Mela Lee. The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. Narrated by Claire Corbett, Daphne Kuma, Julia Winwood, Chopé Dirisu, Sophia Zervudaci, and Charlie Anson. Snowstorm in August by Marshall Karp. Narrated by Chris Andrew Shula and Michael Manuel. Where Secrets Live by S.C. Richards. Narrated by Jennifer Jill Araya.
And the Audie goes to Greenwich Park.
Oh my goodness, I just saw the wizard. Hey, stand up. Yes, I love it so much. Oh my God, you guys are, I didn't know nerds could get so litty. This is, what in the Pearl Vision coupon is going on? Okay, the next, take your time. We'll do colors and numbers tomorrow. These next presenters have actually already been on stage when they opened the show, and weren't they amazing? They were so dope. Like, if you sequence something, say something. So let's give it up again for these actors, narrators, singers, and looking dope as fuck. Come on. Vikas Adam and Aaron Burnett. Give it up, y'all. You can do better than that. Come on, Brian.
We got a high five. Audio drama audiobooks are like the superheroes of storytelling. They swoop in, grab your attention with their powerful performances, and transport you to other worlds with their epic soundscapes.
They're the perfect blend of drama, suspense, and action, all wrapped up in a neat little audio package. It's like a movie for your ears.
But without the overpriced popcorn and sticky floors. The finalists for audio drama are
1984 by George Orwell. Adapted by Anna Lee. Performed by Chris Liu Kum Hoi, Rianne Barreto, Michael Maloney, Claire Corbett, Homer Todiwala, Jonathan Keeble, Rupert Holiday Evans, Sarah Paul, Simon Shepard, Theo Solomon, Wayne Forrester, Finnegan Morris, Hugo Weissel, Jake Turner, Joe Ash, Katrina Cook, Linton Tulloch, Morgan Denman, Bronwyn Denman, Muriel Abacera, and Rob Wilson. Clean Sweep by Ilona Andrews. Performed by Alejandra Ruiz, Christopher Walker, Holly Adams, James Lewis, Karen Novak, Ken Jackson, Nora Ashrati, Peter Holdway, Elias Khalil, Ryan Reed, and Alex Hill Knight. Coraline by Neil Gaiman. Performed by Julian Rind Tutt, Pixie Davies, Catherine Kingsley, Julian Clary, Jacqueline Boson, Kevin McNally, Adjoa Ando, Adrian Schiller, Heather Nickel, William Parker, and Nicole Davis. Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. Performed by Rebecca Front, Michael Sheen, David Tennant, Catherine Kingsley, Arthur Darvill, Peter Forbes, Gabrielle Glaister, Louis Davison, Pixie Davis, Chris Nelson, Ferdinand Frisbee Williams, Adjoa Ando, Alan Corduna, Kobna Holdbrook Smith, John Hopkins, Lorelei King, Matt Reeves, and Lim Sisse. Pipeline by Dominique Morisseau. Performed by Sophina Brown, Eugene Bird, Demetrius Gross, Sharon Lawrence, X Mayo, Uyota Udi, and Karen Molina White.
And the Audie goes to Pipeline from LA Theatre Works. Original works break free from the printed pages and forge their own path with unique, never-before-seen stories that are sure to captivate your imagination.
Finalists in this category offer a fresh perspective.
The Babysitter Lives by Stephen Graham Jones, narrated by Isabella Starr LeBlanc and Stephen Graham Jones. Daffodils by Louise Beach, narrated by Leslie Harcourt. Mrs. Wickham by Sarah Page, narrated by Jessie Buckley, Johnny Flynn, and a full cast. The River of Silver by S.A. Chakraborty, narrated by Sunila Nankani. Star Trek, Picard, No Man's Land by Kirsten Bayer and Mike Johnson, narrated by Michelle Hurd, Jerry Ryan, Jack Cutmore Scott, John Kassir, Fred Tadashori, Chris Andrew Shula, Lisa Flanagan, Gibson Fraser, Lamise Isak, Natalie Naudis, Exie Sands, and Emily Wu Zeller.
And the Audie goes to Mrs. Wickham from Audible Originals.
This next category, multi-voiced performance, is one of my favorites.
Me too. For me, when I listen to an MV title, it's like I'm getting to spend quality time with a bunch of my favorite colleagues.
Yes, and it's so nice to hear multiple artists bringing their talent to the same work.
Tonight's finalists in multi-voiced performance are
The 1619 Project, created by Nicole Hannah-Jones in the New York Times Magazine, edited by Caitlin Roper, Elena Silverman, and Jake Silverstein, narrated by Nicole Hannah-Jones, January Lavoie, Claudia Rankin, Nikki Finney, Janina Edwards, Dorothy Roberts, Shayna Small, Terrence Hayes, Khalil Gibran Muhammad, Youssef Kamanyaka, Eve L. Ewing, Karen Chilton, Aaron Goodson, Reginald Dwayne Betts, Aaron Miles, Dominic Hoffman, Adinrele Ojo, Matthew Desmond, Tahimba Jess, Tim Siebels, Jamel Bowie, Cornelius Eady, Minka Wiltz, Martha S. Jones, Daryl Pinkney, ZZ Packer, Carol Anderson, Tracy K. Smith, Evie Shockley, Brian Stevenson, William Demerit, Jasmine Mance, Tremaine Lee, A. Van Jordan, Ya Jesse, Linda Villarosa, Dinez Smith, Terry McMillan, Anthea Butler, Rita Dove, Camille T. Dungy, Wesley Morris, Natasha Trethaway, Joshua Bennett, Shantae McCormick, Nafisa Thompson Spires, Ron Butler, Kevin M. Cruz, Bonnie Turpin, Gregory Pardlow, Ibram X. Kendi, J.D. Jackson, Jason Reynolds, and Sonia Sanchez. Acts of Violet by Margarita Montemore, narrated by Brittany Presley, Amy McFadden, Dan Bittner, Fred Berman, Hillary Huber, Johnny Heller, Catherine Chin, Ramon D. Ocampo, Suzanne Torin, and Alejandra Ruiz. The Butcher and the Wren by Elena Urquhart, narrated by Sophie Amos and Joe Knezevich. The Many Daughters of a Fung Moy by Jamie Ford, narrated by Jennifer Lim, Cindy Kay, Marai, Natalie Naudis, Sura Sue, Emily Wu Zeller, Nancy Wu, and Jamie Ford. Richard Marsh, The Beetle by Richard Marsh, narrated by Gunnar Cothery, Jonathan Aris, Natalie Simpson, Andrew Wincott, and John Foley. Sparring Partners by John Grisham, narrated by Jeff Daniels, Ethan Hawke, January Lavoie, and John Grisham.
Before we announce the winner, I would just like to go off script for a second, just say how much it means to me to hear every single one of my narrator family called out for these nominations. Thank you, APA.
And the Audie goes to sparring partners from Penguin Random House Audio.
I've never been so happy for people I've never heard of. This is wild. In here to present key awards for narration are two actors and narrators you know and love, obviously. That you know and love. No, I do too. I love Easily. I can't wait to motorboat everybody after the show. APA VP of Voice Talent Communications, Ron Butler. And 2022 Best Female Narrator, Deepti Gupta.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. It's late. I should have had some coffee. It was surreal for me to win Best Female Narrator Audie last year. Especially since my fellow nominees are some of the most incredible female narrators that we have in our industry. And I look forward to a time when we move beyond gender binary categories and create more gender-inclusive nominations in excellence for narration. For now, we'd like to take a moment to recognize many colleagues who received only virtual applause for their wins over the last 2 years. So please join us in standing and receiving appreciation from our community for a job well done.
Next up, we honor the authors who themselves bring their own written words to life, their performances captivating listeners and immersing us in their very personal stories that they tell.
It can almost feel like they're your best friends. Tonight's finalists for narration by the author are...
Apparently, there were complaints, written and narrated by Sharon Glass. Finding Me, written and narrated by Viola Davis. Hello, Molly, written and narrated by Molly Shannon. 10 Steps to Nanette, written and narrated by Hannah Gadsby. Waypoints, written and narrated by Sam Ewan.
And the Audie goes to Viola Davis for Finding Me.
That's an awesome audiobook. For the next 3 categories, we invite the winners to the stage to say a few words. Each year, our Best Male Narrator finalists complete exceptional performances, bringing characters to life, conveying emotions, and keeping the listener engaged from start to finish.
This year's finalists are
Eduardo Ballerini for The Silent Sisters by Robert Dugoni, published by Brilliance Publishing. Scott Brick for Narrator by Landon Beach, published by Brick Audiobooks. J.D. Jackson for The Violin Conspiracy by Brendan Slocum, published by Penguin Random House Audio. Seth Numrick for Fairy Tale by Stephen King, published by Simon & Schuster Audio. John Perhala for Sleepwalk by Dan Shawn, published by Macmillan Audio.
Ooh. Best Male Narrator, Seth Numerick for Fairy Tale from Simon & Schuster Audio. Seth is not here, so
I think we're going to have a video, right?
we have a video.
Hi, everybody. I'm Seth, and I'm really sad that I don't get to be there with you guys tonight, but I am just so honored to be receiving this award. It really feels incredible. It was so much fun to get to work on this book. It was such an honor to be reading it before anybody else got to read it. I had a lot of jealous friends, and I felt very lucky. And then to get to go in and work on it and try to do some justice to those incredible words. So thank you to Stephen King. We are not on a first name basis, Mr. King. Thank you for this book, for the opportunity to work on it. It was great. And I had an amazing director to work with, Christina Zarafinidis, and she's just so good at what she does and helped me so much through the process. And we had a really great time. And I want to say thank you to Sherry Hoffman and the Innovative Voiceover Department. You guys are amazing. And just thank you to everybody who's working in this field. I think it's such a cool and exciting form of storytelling, and I want to keep doing it, and I want to keep listening to it. So thanks to everybody. All right, have a great night.
The Best Female Narrator category highlights artists who captivate listeners with their ability to transport them into the heart of the story, drawing upon a wide range of talents and experiences and creating worlds through their voices alone.
The finalists for Best Female Narrator are
Jonice Abbott Pratt for Nightcrawling by Leela Motley, published by Penguin Random House Audio. January Lavoie for Thistlefoot by Jenna Rose Nethercott, published by Penguin Random House Audio. Stephanie Nimette Parker for NSFW by Isabel Kaplan, published by Macmillan Audio. Tandiway Newton for War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy, translated by Louise Maud and Aylmer Maud, published by Audible Studios. Rosamund Pike for The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan, published by Macmillan Audio.
And the Audie goes to Rosamund Pike for The Eye of the World.
I think she's here. I think so. Please come on the stage.
We're done?
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Audies, for putting my picture up there from when I was about 25. So, this is incredibly moving. I cried when I was nominated because, as every other nominee in the room knows, it's a huge labour of love doing a book, any book, especially these mighty ones that we tackle. And if the truth be told, I actually was asked to do it and felt I couldn't do this book because it was so mighty and mountainous. I was already working on the series for Amazon. And although I wanted to do it, I felt that while I was working on the show, I couldn't do it justice. But I know that the reason I had the opportunity to do it was because Michael Kramer and Kate Redding have done the entire series of these books before me, 14 books and hours of recordings, and it's only thanks to their success with those books and the listeners that they garnered that Macmillan embarked on the idea of doing this series afresh to accompany our series. So having said no, many months went past, and we were getting close to the release of the season, and I saw that Macmillan hadn't yet published the audiobook, so I said, is it still available? And maybe I could do it. And they gave me a very special opportunity because they allowed me to work with my mother as director of it. And my mother is a brilliant opera singer, and it's thanks to the conversations we had as a child. She was a child, obviously, I was a child. I'm nervous. The conversations that we had while I was growing up embedded my love of audio and sound and words. And so the privilege of working with her as director and her subtlety of thinking and beautiful instincts towards character, it was just a very, very special experience all around. And we've done 3 of them now. The 3rd one will be published this June. And I've talked for too long, but I want to acknowledge the fellow nominees, one of whom, Stephanie, I met you earlier, and that was just such a joy. And yes, I hope I can meet you all tonight. But seriously, thank you so much. It was, emotions, tears, the hours that all of you spend, and we know it and we feel it, and thank you.
Love that. Congratulations. You know, I always wanted to make a black female reboot of Gone Girl, but call it Girl Bye. So stupid. Well, now I'm black for the big prize. Audiobook of the Year. Audiobook of the Year highlights the exceptional achievements of audiobook producers, narrators, authors, editors, and publishers, showcasing the best of what audiobooks have to offer and demonstrating the transformative power of listening. Truly, words have power. Black Lives Matter. Trans is beautiful. Women deserve equal pay. Disabled actors need more work. Short men can get it. Words have power, so you are powerful. You ain't ready. The finalists for Audiobook of the Year are
The 1619 Project, created by Nicole Hannah-Jones in the New York Times Magazine, edited by Caitlin Roper, Elena Silverman, and Jake Silverstein, narrated by Nicole Hannah-Jones, January Lavoie, Claudia Rankin, Nikki Finney, Janina Edwards, Dorothy Roberts, Shayna Small, Terrence Hayes, Khalil Gibran Muhammad, Youssef Kamanyaka, Eve L. Ewing, Karen Chilton, Aaron Goodson, Reginald Dwayne Betts, Aaron Miles, Dominic Hoffman, Adinrele Ojo, Matthew Desmond, Tahimba Jess, Tim Siebels, Jamel Bowie, Cornelius Eady, Minka Wiltz, Martha S. Jones, Daryl Pinkney, ZZ Packer, Carol Anderson, Tracy K. Smith, Evie Shockley, Brian Stevenson, William Demerit, Jasmine Mance, Tremaine Lee, A. Van Jordan, Ya Jesse, Linda Villarosa, Dinez Smith, Terry McMillan, Anthea Butler, Rita Dove, Camille T. Dungy, Wesley Morris, Natasha Trethaway, Joshua Bennett, Shantae McCormick, Nafisa Thompson Spires, Ron Butler, Kevin M. Cruz, Bonnie Turpin, Gregory Pardlow, Ibram X. Kendi, J.D. Jackson, Jason Reynolds, and Sonia Sanchez. Finding Me, written and narrated by Viola Davis. Miracle and Wonder, Conversations with Paul Simon, by Malcolm Gladwell and Bruce Headlam, narrated by Paul Simon, Malcolm Gladwell, and Bruce Headlam. Remarkably Bright Creatures, by Shelby Van Pelt, narrated by Marin Ireland and Michael Urie. Wake, The Hidden History of Women-Led Slave Revolts, adapted by Tyler English Beckwith, based on the graphic novel by Rebecca Hall and Hugo Martinez, narrated by DeWanda Wise, Shantae Adams, Jerry Johnson, Falake Olafoweku, Bonnie Turpin, Rian Reese, Karen Molina White, Roman Zaragoza, Alex Ubokadu, John Stewart, Blake Cooper Griffin, Tim DeKay, Catherine McNamara, Kate Steele, Matthew Wolfe, Andre Suliuzzo, and Sandra McLean.
Wonderful. It's truly amazing to celebrate so many people. And the Audie goes to Finding Me from Harper Audio. Woo! Mom? Give it up, give it up, give it up!
Hi.
It's so nice up here.
I know, it's like we can see everybody. We were over in the corner over there.
Way in the back.
So it took us a while. But anyway, thank you all so much. You guys all know the power of words and stories, and we're so grateful that we got to be a part of Viola's story finding its listeners. She is such a powerful writer, powerful performer, and we were lucky to be part of her process and her work. I want to especially thank Pavel Rivera, who was the producer on this, as well as Dennis Kao, who directed and produced it and recorded it, as well as Nathan, who was our production manager, and Karen Radner, who handled the man Ed, who, you know, the secret powers behind publishing and make sure that we get everything in on time, including the script.
And our editor, Chris Howerton.
Exactly, and Chris Howerton. We couldn't do it without all the team, all the people who stand on the other side of the screen. It is truly a wonderfully collaborative thing that we get to do, and I'm so happy we get to do it with all of you. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, on behalf of the Audio Publishers Association, I get very Jersey when I'm tired. I'd like to thank you guys for joining us for the Audie Awards Gala. Bitch, this was fun. Winners, please be sure to pick up your award and take a photo with your statue on the red carpet. If you didn't win, take a selfie by the red carpet, bitch. It was so nice to not meet you. Enjoy your lives. Good night. Congratulations.